See, are we live? Yo, it's been a minute since we did live stream here on Entertainment Daily. Join me, join me, join me. Let's do this. Let's do this one. Join me, join me, join me. Let's talk, let's talk, let's talk, let's talk. I show speed, yes, and the reaction of Black Americans. All right, so I show speed, the streamer, is actually touring Africa. We know that he went to Asia, then he went to Europe, where some people had a choice of words for him. It wasn't that pleasant, because some persons were just being so mean and felt like saying meaningful things to Speedy will make them better. But anyway, he's in Africa now, and I am shocked that people are shocked at how he's being received. I don't, in fact, I have a lot that I'm going to play here for y'all. Just let me know in the comment section what you think. Hold on, I want to find the stream. First of all, I want to, you know, before we even get right into this, I want to quickly say this. Once again, I have been proven right. Once again, I have been proven right. I remember when something happened, I think it was even 2025, 2024. It's almost like every year something will happen where you will see a whole lot of Black Americans will come out and they will have a lot to say about Africans. And then Africans will get upset and they will start saying their own things. And I remember when it happened 2025, I was busy saying, y'all, calm down. Just let them say whatever they want to say. Because sometimes when you listen to people talk, you kind of understand where the problem is and where the problem is coming from. I saw a video where one of the Black Americans was actually busy. This woman was venting, how she so much disliked Africans and this and that. They're so different. We are Black Americans. We invent this, we invent that. They didn't invent anything. They are this, they are that. They should give us the crown. We are the leaders. And I'm like, what crown? And to look at her comment section, people are nodding their heads saying, yes, we are the real deal. I'm like, okay, now we're talking about Wakanda. Now we're not even talking about reality. So I'm like, yo, there's a whole lot that these people need to learn. And I feel like the few of them that knows so much about the truth don't even take time to educate others that don't know. Do you get? So I was like, people don't even fight because they don't get it. There is nothing to fight. If you feel like, oh, Africans, they judge us, they think they are better than us, they think they are this. My simple word was go down to motherland. Some of them was even so upset. They're talking in the country Africa. Africa is a country, a continent with 54 countries. People up until 2026 are still referring to it as a country. You mean South Africa? You mean Ghana? You mean Mozambique? You mean like, are you out of your mind? How is Africa a country? Some people even talk about how, oh, they live in mud houses, they don't have electricity, they don't have running water, they don't have Wi-Fi, and now people are beginning to discover, like, and as I said this from the beginning, that there is absolutely no need to fight. There's just some fight that is silly, like you're totally wasting your time. And I love the fact that it is one of their own that has actually proven the point that a lot of Africans have been trying to drive down since. The people that don't like you are over there. Okay, they taught you whatever they taught you in school, and you thought that's you feel embarrassed because you feel like, oh, yeah, your where you're from is better than back home and things like that, motherland or things like that. But one thing that most of you fail to do is to pick up that same phone that is stuck in your hands 24 hours of the day to do a little bit of, you people call it Google Schmoogle, right? You have it in your phone and you cannot just Google Schmoogle some things, Google Earth, this, that, try to see what it looks like down there. Just pick one of the country and try to Google Schmoogle and see. Educate yourself just a little bit about this set of people that you feel like you have a lot to say about. 2026, people are shocked that because Speedy will always stream live. and the contents that are coming out. The contents that are coming out. I'm just talking. I don't even know if you people can hear me. Let me check the stream and then I'll start playing some of this stuff. It's been a minute since we went live, so I know that most of our people, it will take them some time before they will get in here. But let's just do this. I'll try my best during the weekends to see if I can just jump on any topic that is trending and we will just use it to uh, discuss for that weekend. So let me quickly check the sound um, before I start playing anything. Let's make sure. Um, Before I start playing anything, let's make sure that our sound is good. This new thing with this thing, they said land and skip this one, that one. Make sure that our sound is good. Why does it feel like my this thing, they said land skip this one, that one. Make sure that our sound is good. Why does it feel like my this thing, they said land skip this okay, all right. Okay, yeah, so it is working. Now we will start. Now I went to TikTok because a lot of people did their reactions on TikTok. So I went to TikTok to pull up these, some of what people are commenting because Speedy is just jumping. I don't know if he's spending like 24 hours in each country. He's going from South Africa, Zimbabwe, Lesotho. Like he's just all over, traveling and just doing his thing. Give me a second, please. I'm going to play this for you. And while we are doing that, I'm trying to switch this Wi-Fi and I hope it picks up. While we're trying to do that, let me just be playing some of these. So I have like how many here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, so about 6 just short clips of what people are saying. Okay, so that's what we're going to play right now. Africa got buildings. Swear on everything, bro. I thought it was just clay. It was just clay. And tribes and tents, bro. And trash and tents. Bro, they made us fucking think Africa was such a poor country, bro. This brother is actually crying. And he referred to Africa as a country, not a continent. My perspective of life. Like the music in Africa, the culture, everything, every single aspect of Africa just makes my insides feel so good, bro. And it makes me just want to leave America, bro. I feel like America is the trap. America is the trap. The American dream is the trap. Everybody else is free, but not free from America. America's the problem, bro. So I'm just learning online now that it took one guy, I shall speak, to actually open the eyes of most Americans, especially Black Americans, my brothers and sisters. It took actually. Okay, so I don't want to play the reaction of other people, but I'm actually focusing on the reaction of Black Americans. So those are the ones I'm going to play because that's the topic we're going to be discussing. Now let me see. Where's this other one? Let's play. They got buildings. They got power. Not yet. They got power. Swear on everything, bro. I thought it was just clay. It was just clay. And tribes and tents, bro. And trash and cans. Yeah, cause the ground be like, like that red orange type of clay, bro. Chad, don't act like those. Africa got buildings. They got power. Not yet. They got power. They got power. On everything, bro. The funny thing about if you look at this particular person's stream, you will see that this person is either a streamer, a content creator, or just someone that uses the social media. Okay, so I don't even understand why you can actually sit there, or maybe a radio presenter, whatever the case may be. If you're out here talking, running, sharing your story, or doing a gist, whatever you're out there doing, it means that some of these topics that will come your way, you have to research on them before you go and say whatever you want to say online, so you don't go out there looking like boo boo the fool. So these people have, the access to social media, to I even check blogs, follow other African, content creators to try to see, mostly like the ones that are doing vlogging. Do you understand? So you try to see what's going on. So to see somebody that creates content online and the person really thinks that it is just cans, tents, and this and that, African Hub Road, like they are literally freaking out. People are freaking out like they cannot believe it. Some of them are even crying, like literally crying, because right now they're like, yo, our schools didn't. No, it's not just your school. Right now, 2026, even if it's 2025 or 2024, the fact that you do not know anything about Africa, you don't even have to. Okay, you don't want to call, we're not African Americans, we're Black Americans. Okay, that's fine, that's cool. But at least Google and try to find out. Because at the end of the day, no matter how you try to differentiate and remove yourself and everything, you see that DNA, you see that blood, it will always say this person is of African descent, this person is of Asian descent, this person is of European descent, right? So just get over yourself and do a little bit of, the school is telling you something. Did you bother to go home? And who are these parents that their children were coming back from school with all this kind of very weird stories and or teachings, and there was no correction? Now there was a conversation that was had between what is it called, um Speedy and his dad, right? Where the dad was like, I'm Black American. I'm like, it's been centuries, it's been this, it's been that, since we've been like, I'm not African, I'm not. And Speedy was trying to tell him that, look, I'm talking about the color, I'm talking about the DNA. Yes, we are Americans, but the DNA and all, that's what I'm talking about. The man was still arguing, well, my great grandfather, my father's father, my mother's father, my uncle, auntie, they were from Jamaica. And Speedy was like, including the Caribbeans, the blacks over there, they too came from motherland. It was like, no, don't say that, we're not. And I'm like, yo, and you have your phone with you, and you're just totally lost, like, because somebody actually lied to you. And I've seen so many of these, Black Americans that create content. I don't even want to mention some of the names. Some of them here on YouTube with very huge following. Okay, they have big following, but you will hear them when they open their mouth talking about Africa. You can hear the nonsense that they spew out of their mouth. That sometimes you just shake your head. That you're like, if you only know how you sound, if you know how you sound, you won't even be saying what you're saying. So it is embarrassing that in 2026 it took Speedy. How old is even Speedy? Because when you look at this, I show Speed. I show Speed is, he's very young. He's a very young person. So it took Speedy to say, okay, he wants to tour the world and chose countries that he wants to go to. And when you see Speedy also, he too, he was blown away. He was shocked at certain things he was saying. He was like, yo, and you will also see how he's trying to, in his videos, like, okay, I don't know, am I supposed to? And then when he sees how people just open, welcome him, hug him, they're like teaching him dance steps, competition, racing, and whatever, then he just loosens up and he feels he's really having fun, up to the extent that Speedy's father was crying. A grown man was watching Speedy's streams and was crying. If you've not seen his streams, just go and watch his streams, okay, and you will totally understand what I'm talking about. But there is really no excuse. Now let me play this other one. I am African. No, you're not. You're just like him. You're American. But we from Africa. Who from Africa? Say who's from Africa? But you're African. Your descent is African, Dad. He said I've never been to Africa. So you know how far of a descent that is, though. That's 1900s. We talking. That's not that far. We weren't African in the 1900s. I mean 1800s. It's still African descent. It's still African descent. Right, but just because you were born in Africa, you're still an African descent. All right, but my mom's father's Jamaican. Can you imagine? Nana's dad's Jamaican. That's still Africa.
No, that's still Africa. No, it's not. Jamaica and Africa is not the same. Africans came to Jamaica, to the Caribbean. Yes. Jamaica is basically Africa. It's just no, it's not. Yes, it is. They don't even speak the same dialect. I know. I'm talking about the race. Actually, come on, man. Bro, I'm not. Obviously, I'm not. Yes, it's different culture and different language. I'm talking about the actual skin, the race. At the end of the day, we're all African. But yes, there's no but. There's no but. At the end of the day, we're all African. So, Dad, you think you don't got no African blood? You think you're just pure American? Bro, yes, man.
Is there anything like American, actually?
Yes. What? No, no, no. Yo, he's slow. That's slow.
You said that's slow.
Man, we've been here. We've been in America our whole life. I am African. No, you're not. It's like, yo, you're an American. But we from Africa. Who from Africa? I've never been to Africa. But you're African. Your descent is African, Dad. But you know how far of a descent that is, though. That's 1900s. We talking. That's not that far. We weren't African in 1900. I mean 1800. Yeah, it's still African descent. It's still African descent. Right, but just because you wasn't born in Africa, you're still an African descent. All right. But
okay. Okay. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Like, this is a conversation between Speedy and his dad, and maybe siblings or friends or whoever. Like, how is somebody's parent even this ignorant about where they come from? Is it? Do you even need a soothsayer? Just as you people used to say, even Stevie Wonder could have spotted that. Do you understand? Because put an African, they don't want to be called African American. Put a Black American, you know, with Africans, right? Just put them together and just tell them to be quiet. Don't say anything. Don't talk, because from the accent is where you're going to be able to spot. So don't speak. You will not be able to tell any difference. You will not be able to point out that, oh, this one comes from here and this other one comes from here. Your DNA will still tell, whether dead or whatever. Even when you watch their crime shows in the United States, where people, either somebody is being unalived and they're investigating, they didn't find the body until it has decayed, and now it's just the skeleton that's left. From examining the skeleton they can tell which is of African descent. They don't ever say, oh, this is black. There is nothing like, when you know the history of the country, like, what is America? The only people that should even be saying, oh, we're from America in that way are the Indians. The rest of you came from somewhere else and met people there, the same way that the Europeans got to Africa, met people there, and they said, this one discovered Kilimanjaro, the other one discovered. So we were there all those while. We didn't know what the Mount Kilimanjaro was. All the people around Kenya, Tanzania, and all, they didn't know what Mount Kilimanjaro was until a white man came from the UK. Like, there are certain stupid stories that will be told to you, and you yourself, you just tell yourself, this is silly. So when I see some Black Americans and some Caribbeans do this, oh, we're not African, oh, we're not this, we're not connected in any way. Well, just because somebody sold you a completely, totally fake story, the reaction is just, I'm shocked. I'm telling you the truth. Well, literally, you're hearing their youth talk, and I'm like, where are the older people in that nation? Like, where are the older Black Americans? The fact, and I think it's because also it's about the mentality. The fact that some people are looking at it as, if I say that I have connection to Africa, then I'm talking about slavery. No, if you're talking about your history as an American, that's when you're talking about slavery. If you're talking about your history, where you're coming from, it has nothing to do, just because some bunch of, it just shows the wickedness of human to a fellow human. It shows how the damage that this set of white people did. And so, and another thing I hear them say a lot, they sold us, they sold us, they sold us. Do you think that with the history of Africa, that if they will sell their people, they will sell? Did you see the kind of people they took out? Did you see the men they took? Did you see how healthy looking men and women were taken out to the United States and elsewhere? There is no way because Africans are known to be people that take agriculture right from time. So farming and things like that. So having a big family, that's why up until date, you will still see African families are always big families. It's Europe and the rest that will be having 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids. No, we're talking about 10, 15, 20 children. Like they just have to, because it helps in the farm. It helps to cultivate, it helps to grow, if all the children go to the farm, you finish your farm quickly. So you think they're going to sell their hefty men that will help them improve and grow more crops and everything. They will sell it to listen. The people that wrote the story in a way that it will not make them look that bad because they know what they did. There was no single good in what they did. So they made it that way and they succeeded, because once you see a black American doesn't want to hear anything about Africa. And they've been made to believe that Africans feel the same way, which is not true. And I've been saying this on YouTube. Anytime I see platforms where they're having these conversations, I always ask them, where are your proof? I don't need to sit and debate with you too much. I just want you to go back and just visit, pick one of the African country and visit. Let's see if they will even treat you the way your fellow Black Americans treat you in America, or any other person living in America, whether Asian, white, European, or whatever, Indian. You will never get the same treatment. When you go to Africa, visit Africa, and you come back, you will feel totally different. This has been the song I've been singing. The same people that lied to you people that Africa is so bad, is mud, is this, there is nothing good. They are the same people still stealing the resources. They are the same people still buying hectares upon hectares upon hectares of lands. They are the same people still controlling the mineral resources, but you're over there segregating, moving yourself away. Meanwhile, the same white man that sold you the fake story is down there raising his family and stealing enough, and you're there in your country doing yes sir, yes sir, yes ma, to that the same white man, because you have your phone, but you want to use your phone to Google nonsense, listen to gossip, listen to things that are not reasonable. Because I cannot understand why in 2026 conversations like this are not being had. The older Black Americans are not trying to educate the younger ones. A lot of the old ones are also ignorant. Very few of them knows the truth. A lot of them are in the spotlight, radio hosts, television hosts, this and that. And when they open their mouth to talk about Africa, because they've been programmed that way, and they decided not to do a little bit of search. Because how are you shocked that Speedy? I'm just looking at them and they're like, oh, did you see how he's been treated differently? You are the one seeing him as a stranger. The people back home do not see Speedy as a stranger. They see Speedy as a brother. So if you will listen carefully as they talk with him, you will hear them say brother. In all the different countries, it cannot be planned. There is no way somebody in South Africa said, oh, Speedy is coming to Mozambique, so you people get ready. Speedy is coming to Ghana, Speedy is coming to Kenya, so let's get ready and call him brother. Let's do this, let's do that. You know that it is not planned. But it is what it is. That is the way of life. Is over here and abroad, when I moved to this, outside my continent, was the first time I see that somebody could be dying on the road and nobody helps. It's not like that in Africa. People will risk their life to come and help you. Those of you that saw the accident with that this famous boxer had, who were the people that were there helping? There were no ambulance, so no ambulance, no nothing there. It was the citizens that were helping. Sometimes people also die in the process of trying to save somebody else's life. These are things that they don't do in you people's countries. And then you don't even bother to tell yourself the truth, that let me sit down and ask myself certain questions. Why these same people that wrote the history, wrote the book, taught us nonsense in school, still go back to these people that they said are so horrible? Why are you still in the continent? Why wouldn't they leave? They want you to leave, to not visit. They want you to think that you're totally different. So they will never treat you different. So I hope that people will be able to take their time, which is what I've been saying from day one. I said, you don't have to take my word or the word of another African person. Just save up some money, go and visit one of the countries. Book your flights, book your hotel, have enough money for food, but even if you don't have, you will still see people that will give you food for free. If you say, I'm hungry, I don't have money, please, they will give you. It's the culture, it's the tradition. Be your brother's keeper, be your sister's keeper. I'm disappointed that a lot of Black Americans are shocked at how speedy Speedy is being, received. You people are the one that always make that statement. We are different. We are different. You will never hear an African person saying, we are different. We are different. When something happened to you people, Africans also join you people. If something bad is happening anywhere in the world, white, black, Asian, anything, Africans, I always say this, that Africans are the best people in this world. No capping. When you travel, when you visit other places, then you will know how humans are. You will notice that the best place to be at it's no wonder these people know how to plan and always cause chaos and problems. And one good thing that these people succeeded in doing is making the Black Americans to feel like they are in a battle with Africans. That one is saying, give us the crown. We're the leaders. Give us the crown. Yes, we're supposed to be the rulers. We are the real queens. Do you think that the story they told you about Wakanda, that is a real thing? What crown are they giving? So Africa is supposed to come all together. Anyway, a lot of them see Africa as a country. So they don't see it as a continent. So they don't even realize how many countries are in there and how vast the culture and everything. That's where life started from. Like I don't know, like how do people even think about this whole thing? Because these people told you lies, and there are a little bit of things that you can see. They say, these people don't know anything about art and culture. Go to their museum in the United Kingdom, everywhere you will see the artifacts of Africans, things that Africans made with their own hands. They have it in their own museum, but no, we don't know what we were making because we were just drunk and we decided to be making things. Our forefathers decided to be making things that they didn't know what it was. It is taking the rest of the world right now to realize that putting a baby in the back with the leg open and tying the way they do in Africa actually help the bones. It is now the rest of the world is discovering. It's been going on for centuries. So sometimes just see these small things and know that it shows that there is a lie somewhere. And when you start digging, you will find out more. Africans does not have any, even against the evil people that did evil to them. The Caucasians that did evil to them, Africans don't look at them and say, oh, this is a Caucasian. Oh, if that's the case, they won't be able to stay in the continent. With what their forefathers have done and everything, they will not be able to step their foot in the continent. But even then, they are still loved, celebrated. How much more you that look exactly and you are one of them? You were forcefully taken away and then given a stupid title. That's not who you are. Do a little bit of digging so you know. I just hope that now that Speedy is in Africa, when he finished touring, people can actually ask him these questions. So maybe when he's back in the United States, they will start having these conversations. Okay, let me play something else.
This nigga's in Africa. Nigga, these niggas got drip. And look at the city lights, bro. This shit is cleaner than New York.
So look at the city lights. Because he didn't think we had city lights.
Some shit. Nigga, this shit like downtown Houston. Like, I know they got self-driving cars in this bitch, man. Like, come on, look how futuristic this shit look. Look how y'all, man. Thinking Africans don't got water and shit.
Africans don't have water.
Come on, man. But this stream opened my eyes to a lot of shit, man. Like, look at this, bro. I don't see a shitty car on the street, bro. Look at that, bro. This shit look like a futuristic LES, futuristic downtown Brooklyn. Like look at the streets. Look at palm trees and shit. Well, I just figured out he in South Africa, but still, man, beautiful. This nigga's in Africa.
People are shocked completely, totally.
Hey man, can someone please tell me why I thought Africa looked like this?
Ah,
It's not Africa. I did
music.
my research on my FYP, bro. I did not think Africa looked like this. I'm from America. Don't press me about it. I didn't know what it looked like over there. But let me show you what Africa look like right now.
Ah, he's just showing. Let me see if I can put it close to the screen. If you can see, his planes. I can't. Okay.
You see how when Speed was streaming in other countries, they was calling him out of his name. They was being racist.
He's not going
through any of that in Africa. In Africa,
that shouldn't be a surprise. Africans are not racist.
Feel every bit of the love in his strength. This young man met the president of Angola. He's taking time with these people. He's racing people. He raced the African flag. You see how the African people were showing Speed love? Why wasn't Speed getting that love anywhere else? And not saying that he wasn't getting love fully, but he's not getting no hate in Africa. Why is that?
Why should he? Like, they don't hate on people over them. Like, something was, lead to you having scuffle with someone.
Y'all remember the streams? People cut those streams up. When Speed was in Europe, nasty work. Speed is in Africa, and people are treating him like a human being.
He is one of them. They are the same.
The way these people paint pictures about Africa, about people in Africa.
I'm glad that you people are beginning to see that it is a painted picture, not the real thing.
Speed is being treated like a natural human being. And
of course he is.
Very civilized people in Africa. Get that?
Because they made you people believe that Africans are not civilized.
In other countries, they was calling him out of his name. They was being racist. He's not going through any of that in Africa. In Africa, it looked like Speed is living his best life. You could feel every bit of the love in his strength. This young man met the president of Angola. He's taking time with these people. He's racing people. He raced the African flag.
Let me see if I have another. Okay, so this is. If you just type in Americans or Black Americans reacting to I show Speed in Africa, you will see several videos, like people, boys and girls, tearing up, like crying, like completely crying, cleaning their nose and their eyes, and like they cannot understand this. And I just hope that this conversation continues. And I have been saying this right from time. I kept saying it. I said, even when they did the boycotting, those of you that will remember, boycotting happened in 2025. I think it was almost either the middle of 2025 or towards the end of 2025 was when some Black Americans came out and Africans are being disrespectful. Okay, yeah, some braiders that they showed the way they handled it, it's not, they shouldn't do that. And Africans were not sitting there saying, well, defending these braiders. A lot of our people came out and called them out. I remember I also did a video. I said, I am also a stylist. I have Black Americans that because here they have their base, their military base here, in this country. So they try to find who would do their hair. People don't really understand how to work with the Afro hair. So they just go on Google, type in, and my name is one of those that shows in this part of, like, in this island, So they're like, yo, for them, seeing like, oh, this Black person, she would know. And they message, and the way they message, I respond. And when they get here, it's so nice. It's so nice. We're having civilized conversation and things like that. And they'll tell me, oh, we're going back, when we're coming back, we'll send you an email, we'll let you know you do my hair again and things like that. I'm like, it is not about, oh, this African brother. It's about that person in particular. Maybe that person has bad character. That person does not know how to communicate with, when you're working with people, when you're in a position where you're dealing with the general public, you have to behave properly. You understand? But the way that some of these Black Americans just jumped up, boycott, they started listing the names of businesses owned by Africans and they started boycotting. I love the fact that some of them came out and were saying, why are we even doing this boycotting? Like the people that really, really did us something, we're not boycotting, we're flagging their brands, and from head to toe, from head to toe, you're gagged up in their brands and all of this, but you're having scuffles with your own people, or people that you should see as your own people. And now you're boycotting. They didn't want to hear. They were fighting, insulting their own people, their fellow Black Americans that were saying they should not boycott. And a lot of them did boycott the businesses. But that will never be done to a Black American in Africa. If there is something you have done, they will address you straight up. And that's it. You know why? Because they see you as a brother, they see you as a sister. If you know anything about Africans, you will know that wherever we go, everybody's auntie, everybody's uncle, everybody's brother, everybody's sister. That's how it is. Even when we meet out in these streets of Europe or Asia, wherever, hey brother, hey this, like in summertime, I see they bring a lot of, Blacks that I see walking in the hotels here. I've never seen them before. They don't stay in this island. They just come to work during the summertime and wow, girl, sister, good morning, brother. That's how we do it. They're not from the same country as me, but I can see and I can tell that these are, and like, oh, how are you? Oh, you're from where? Oh, I'm from Senegal. Oh, I'm from Senegal. I'm from Nigeria. I'm from South Africa. And that's it. Good morning, oh, good morning, sister. Good morning, brother. It is totally different. There is no way a Black American will go to Africa and return back the same. Never. I can bet you on that. You will not go to Africa and return the same because the love will be too much. You will be told what you do not know. You've heard one-sided story. You didn't bother to dig. You didn't bother to hear the full story. You didn't bother to hear the full story and the truth of the story. Forgetting that in war, how do they say, in war, the winner writes the story or whatnot. And of course, the evil people that forcefully took our people out are the ones that wrote their story. But if you at least knew a little bit of the story, it won't add up and you will be questioning those teachers in your class. Because I believe they have photographs, or at least they describe the set of people they brought in and they said were slaves. Did you see anybody that was like suffering from leprosy, kwashoko, or things like that? They were very healthy men and women. Very healthy, strong, well built. Who gives out? You just sort out your strong men that will fight war, that will make the farm, that will grow the community. Those are the ones you will give out and sell out if you want to sell somebody. You didn't sell the ones that were going to pass on. They were sick already and wobbly. You didn't sell those ones. You will select your hefty, very healthy, the best of the best, and give it and say thank you, sir. Nothing is adding up. Then they went ahead. The other one was on TikTok the other day. Oh, the illnesses is full of sickness, is full of this, is full of that. Are you serious? I'm just glad that this happened. And it shows how deep this went. That even Speedy's father is actually shedding tears. And those are tears of joy because I believe that when Speedy was going, his father, his parents, his friends, his family member, they will be freaking out because he's loud. So they don't know how he will be received. And they know that if anything happens before he will get out, we're talking about a different continent to a different, before he will get back to the United States. So I feel like a lot of people around him never in their wildest dream thought that he would be treated the way he's being treated. But what you people fail to understand is that it is you, and this goes for every human. Whatever you dwell on, you think about all the time, and it plays in your brain. Before you know, it starts manifesting. I talk about manifestation a lot on my fitness channel because I do health, wellness, and things like that. So I always talk about, life and when I talk about manifestation and all of that, that's where I really break down this whole life things and how it works. Africans are not sitting somewhere looking at, oh, Black Americans or looking at other people like, we think we're better. An African is always somebody that is always focused and is out there to hustle, is out there to, like, there is a dream, there is a goal, there is something. It is when you travel out, that's when you see some people are just so contented with just not, that's not an African. Every African has a goal. Every African is working towards something. So they don't sit idle. In whose house are you even going to start by sitting idle? There's no African parent that will allow their child to sit idle. If you're learning that behavior, you're learning it after you've left home. So that will be in adulthood, like after you finished your primary, secondary school, you now have to go to university, tertiary, or you want to learn handwork or something. When you've left, that's when you can start displaying that will most definitely tell you that it's stupidity. So there is no way Africans will be sitting down and saying, let's hate on these Black Americans. Let's hate on anybody that is not from our continent. Let's hate on anybody that, nah, no. So the fact that you people are shocked is actually making most of us shocked too, that you're shocked. Your shock is shocking our shock. And now we are all shocked that you people didn't know. Because a lot of you that are saying the schools, they taught us this, it was not true. You people have graduated from those schools. You people have finished those schools. You have graduated, you have left. Why did you not just do your own search? Yo, I love the fact that some people are rounding up their videos by saying, I'm booking my ticket. I'm going to be visiting. And I know that this set of people that speed, I show speed has actually, opened their eyes to see that nobody's hating on you over there. When they have the money, those that are financially okay will be able to do it in, maybe, let's say, before the end of 2026. Maybe those that are not will be able to plan themselves and then see how they can visit. And when they go, they will see it themselves. You will see how you will be received. You people throw the words kings, queen, this, that easily, just a lot. But until you go back to motherland, that's when you will experience it. Because I see people, Black America, oh, queen, oh, king, oh, queen, oh, king. But you don't feel it from the inside. You people say it with your mouth, but you don't even know your royalty, how deep and how that came about until you go back to where it all started. And you see how you will be welcomed. You see how you will be received. Things that will be told to you that when you do your own research, you will be able to verify. You will not remain the same. When you go back to your United States, you will not remain the same. You go back to your America. You will see yourself in a different light. Completely. I will round this up here. I wanted to make sure I drop this video. It's 2 a.m. my time already, but it's the weekend. So I'm like, I'll be able to come in and do this live stream. But yeah, we're following Speedy. I don't know if he's going to be rounding up very soon. I'm going to check how many countries, but I think he's spending about 24 hours. So that is not even enough time. But I believe they made that tour that short because they were really scared of how Africans, even him, he was he was in a car in one of his videos and he was screaming, I didn't know they knew me. Almost every street. Of course, they know who you are. The Gen Zs that never leaves social media, they're always with their phone like this. Talk, you think they will not know you? Or you think the older people that are not, the people before the generations before this, they also don't go to social media. They don't know what is happening. Africans are people that they don't only focus and read. Oh, let's listen to African news. No, we listen what's happening around the world. Like well, our ears and our eyes, everything is like an antenna. We're everywhere. We try to know. Same thing with some of the artists, then they come to like, oh, I didn't even know they will know my song. I didn't even know they know my music. They were singing along. Are you kidding me? I just hope that this opens people's eyes. I'm really happy that for once again, this is what 2 years between 2024, 2025, that a lot of this whole African versus America that was going on, Black Americans versus Africans, and even the Caribbeans, you have this set of people that just so much hate. And I'm like, I just kept saying, I said, please, Africans, please, whatever insult, whatever they say, just overlook it. Listen to what those ones that are so upset and venting and saying these things, listen to them very well. You will know that they're in la la land. The ones that knows the truth never joins this fight. They will never do it. And even when they speak, they try to just calm things on both sides. And I just kept saying, I said, please, they will someday. I just kept saying it someday because I know that Americans, Black Americans, they support their own a lot. And I was just thinking, I said, somebody will take their time to one day break down things to them. And because that person is one of them, they will listen. I didn't know that it will happen so soon. I was saying this 2025. If I can find those live streams, I can put them back up that I was doing last year when they were talking about the boycotting. And I'm trying to remember something else that had happened before that boycotting. And I was saying, please don't fight with them. Let them vent, let them insult. But the day that their foot steps in motherland, they will be sorry. They will be the ones to open their mouth to apologize because they will know that the story that they've been told is not the truth. The way they think we see them is not the way we see them. It's all love. From motherland, it is all love. It is all love. There is just too much to deal with that you want to start even thinking of hating somebody that is over there. So it's always love. It is always love. More people will travel. By the time that Speedy will finish his tour and return back home and starts, I believe he will do it when he goes back to America. He will sit down and maybe one day just put up a live stream and talk to his fellow Black Americans how he felt, like we're talking about, he's the one down there now feeling it, having this interaction with his, brothers and sisters, having this conversation, like interaction, conversation, communion, whatever you want to call it. Like he's experiencing it and he will sit down on a live stream and he will be able to tell them. And those that have been frustrated by how they've been treated in the United States and everything, of course, we see it now how America is, how some people, in fact, we can't even go into all of that. It's quite obvious what is happening over there. So by the time Speedy comes back and breaks it down to his people, now they know that it's one of them that is telling them the story. And I believe that most of them will trust that he will not just come out and want to lie to them that, oh, maybe he's been paid, he's been financed by someone to speak good about. No. And Speedy also, and I think why a lot of, because people like Portia Williams and all those people, they've been going now, Buster Rhymes, um, what's this guy that does martial art? Oh, is it Michael J. White? Yeah, um I think it's Jay White, also, if I'm not mistaken. You understand? All these people have been going down to motherland, but okay, they will film, they would, they feel like, oh, it's been edited, they try to promote their Hollywood movie. But Speedy is just like a normal kid that just started this streaming thing, and most times he's streaming live. And because he's streaming live, I'm talking to you right now, direct. Whatever happens here is happening here and now. Do you understand? So it's different from where if I sit down and I film this video, I'll be able to edit it, I'll be able to, do everything the way I want it to look, and cut out what I want to cut out, add what I want to add, and polish it. But with live stream, it's not the same. With live stream, that's why it's called live. So as it's happening live, you're experiencing it. So the fact that these Black Americans are beginning to see, and this time they're seeing it from somebody that they trust, because they've seen him go to different places and he's been doing this live stream thing, that he will stream live and tell them and everything, and they see how people are interacting, they're blown away. I'm going to round this up. 50 minutes I've been talking. I just want everybody to know that Africans are not people that are haters. Africa is not a place where you think people are living up on the tree. They're not living up on the tree. They're not living in huts. Do you understand? If you go there, you understand that that's where life is, not these ones that the rest of these continents are doing. You don't get it. Too much artificial fakeness and just hotness, wickedness. When you go there, you know that yes, this is motherland. There is a reason why it is called the mother of all the lands. There's a reason why that is where life and everything started from. So I just hope this makes someone feel better, because some of those tears that people were shedding were tears of joy. It's a relief to know that there are people across the Atlantic, across the ocean, far, far down there, that genuinely loves them and supports them. Because what they see and face in that America is, you know. So anyway, 52 minutes, I will call it a day. And it's late over here in Europe, the time zone. But anyway, I will try to see how we will be able to come live, because it's been a minute since I've not been dropping videos as consistent as I used to. So let's see if I'll be able to jump on topics that are trending during the weekends, and we'll just dissect them, like Friday night like this, against Saturday, and Saturday against Sunday if I can, except I have a work. If I have work, then I'll not be able to come that night. But if I don't, I will come in and we'll have that conversation. I know that by the time I do a few live streams, I will get more of our people that will jump on. But because I've not been live and I've not been dropping videos, most of our people they're like, okay, no notification anymore. So let's just move. Anyways, I'll see you all on the next one. Bye. God bless you all.